This is the XAOSUN USB 4 cable, and it's really interesting because this is a very short cable. It's about 1 feet long here, but what's interesting about this is that it has a right angle, or a 90-degree right angle to be exact, which is super convenient for those tight spaces. Now, looking closer at the cable here, you'll notice over here, because it's USB 4, you get data transfer speeds up to 40 gigabits per second, and you also get a power delivery transfer rate of about 240 watts. I mean, that is impressive. Definitely excited for the future of USB 4. And I love the color here. It's like a darkish gray color. The cables feel really nice. They're braided, very sturdy. All right, so I have my MacBook Pro over here. I'm gonna try out two different scenarios here. We're gonna use an NVMe SSD enclosure to test out the speeds that we get. And I also have my portable monitor over here. This is gonna be a 4K monitor. The benefits of USB 4 is that you can use this for data transfers, charging, and video. So it's like an all-in-one bundle, which is amazing. So what I love about this right angle here is that on this portable monitor, I can set the right angle to go up here. So it kind of makes it more clean. And now I can kind of just readjust this cable and connect it to my MacBook Pro. And now that that's connected, you're going to see it works flawlessly. And since it's also short, that also means that there's not a lot of cables that's going to be cluttered around my desk, which is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and take this out here. We're going to try out the NVMe SSD and see what speeds we get. All right, so I'm using the Blackmagic disk speed test here. I have it selected to my 2TB 970 Evo Plus, which is this NVMe SSD here. So we're just going to start the speed test here and see what kind of speeds we get. All right, so after several tests, we're averaging 934 megabytes per second write and 854 megabytes read. Now this is going to be basically the best performance you're going to get under USB 3 data transfer speeds, which is about 10 gigabits per second. Now, had this been a USB 4 NVMe SSD enclosure, then you would probably get even more speeds. But I'm glad that this cable is also backwards compatible for any of your other devices. So whether it be USB 3, Thunderbolt 3, it's perfectly backwards compatible, which is awesome. And finally, the last thing I want to try out is a portable battery bank here. So I'm going to connect this using this cable over here and see how much wattage we can get out of this cable here. So as you can see here, we have battery, power source, power adapter here. And we're going to find out more information. All right, and upon closer inspection here, we have a wattage delivery of 65 watts, which is actually the max wattage output, which is 65 watts. So I'm glad that I'm able to get the max. So if you have any type of power adapters that are as high as 240 watts, then you'll be able to enjoy super fast charging. And you can see after a while that my MacBook Pro over here has the battery, power source, power adapter, and it looks like it is charging over here, which is absolutely wonderful. Now they also have this in multiple lengths here as well if you need it a little bit longer, but I find the short one to be very convenient as well, and I love the 90-degree angle. So if you guys are in the market for looking for new USB-C cables, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, I think it's best to just go for the USB 4 cables, because this has so many different use cases. You can charge your devices, you can output data and video, you can connect it to external displays, you could also connect it to portable SSDs. So this has so many different use cases, and USB 4 is just going to be the newest standard here. So I highly recommend checking out the XAOSUN USB 4 cable. If you're looking for beautiful speeds and reliability, I highly recommend it, guys. Firewolf out.